Go! Alright, rock and roll party, let's go! Hi! This is Ineffa, I love her, and goodness, it was hard to get her on my main account, but that's actually not where we are. This is my second account on the EU server, where I have a shocking number of non-cry characters. I got very lucky, honestly, very, very lucky. I cannot believe I was able to get both Columbina and Ineffa, but this patch has been very generous with the primos. So here I am. Here is my map. Okay, I did finish these areas because they were giving away the primos last time, but we have a lot of progress to work on up here, so just gonna get right to it, I think. Start from the south and work my way north. Ugh. There's just something really relaxing about exploration in Genshin, so because of how much I like it, I literally just created alternate accounts to do it again. Here we are. I don't even know if this is a good team, I just like it. Oh, does it look like my chat is malfunctioning again? Hey Kai, I did manage to get Ineffa on my main account. Oh, there it is. I did manage to get Ineffa on my main account by the skin of my teeth, but this is also my secondary account, and I didn't realize the water was right there. I was going to try and use her burst to run for a bit. Yeah, so on my main account, I got Ineffa by the skin of my teeth the day before the patch ended. And then on this account, I got her quite early pity, I think. Because I also got Columbina. I kind of want to look back at the polls, but not on stream. What, is that 1% right there? Yeah. So this account has, goodness, I think I got, did I get Lauma's weapon too? Yeah, this is the one where I got Lauma's weapon as well. Like, it's been getting insane luck, but yeah, I kind of figured it'd be that. These Mandragora are the most adorable thing. I love them. Actually, I kind of want to double check which characters I do have, so I usually call this my Ayaka account because originally I was trying to get or build around her because during the banner where she was up for 240 days, I did get her to C2 for I have no idea why, and then I got her Shenhe and took a constellation from the free constellation banner or the free constellation thing. Farazan's my favorite, but building her and Wander didn't feel very satisfying. Wasn't doing very good numbers, so I usually call this my Ayaka account. I guess we just kind of work our way northward across. I'm pretty sure I got that one the other day, so we can take that off. But yeah, just gonna be vibing out, compassing our way north across the island, and I think I still need to do the quests to unlock the compass properly in those other areas. And I don't think I did the underground. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't do the underground lab there, so we'll probably do that again. I think I did that live on stream a little while back on the other account. So I do play 3 Genshin accounts, specifically because I was hoping to try to get every character without breaking the bank, so to speak. It does look pretty good, right? Like, considering... I'll head back here for a second. Maybe pull up this a little easier. Like, I can't believe I got Nefer, Lauma, Columbina, and Ineffa. Like, this account is living the dream for Not Cry, to be honest. Oh, these poor guys. I don't know if it's even good to combine the Lunar Bloom and Hyper Bloom like this, or rather I should say Lunar Charge like this. But it's a satisfying team, so I just do it anyway. There we go. I think if you hit Q, it puts it down exactly where you are. Can we bring him back? Yeah, we can. Oh, sort of. There. Is that a music disc? Yeah, it is. Yeah, and then once we cross over here, I think we're in a different region. Oh, what the heck, we'll do the Apocalypse quest again. That's kind of an odd sound he made there. Actually, I think I built Columbina as an off-fielder, didn't I? I shouldn't be using her on, right? Yeah. I should be switching back to, like, Lauma or something. Honestly, so my, I think my issue with Nefer is that when both she and Lauma are on the team, I'm not sure how to handle the little moons. Like, I was running out of the moons for Nefer's charged attack after using her skill. She wasn't able to consistently get enough of the blooms active. So I'll have to figure out how to properly use them together, because it feels like such a shame to have gotten both of them and not be able to work it. Yeah, I suppose we'll just go into the bunker. It's an unvoiced quest, so maybe we turn up the volume a little bit here so you can enjoy the music. I know they're gonna take away all my characters in a moment, though. Yeah, she does. So I could probably, after she uses her burst, you get 6 instead of 3. So I'm thinking I might have just not played with them on a team together since getting Columbina. I don't actually think too carefully about which characters I pull for, though. So there's zero thoughts going on in this brain, just exploration. What kind of sucks, though, is I got Zibai on my 3rd account, where my only off-field Hydro is basically, oh goodness, I've got, Xingqiu, who I feel like doesn't work super well. Because I usually try to use Xingqiu on my other teams. And Nilo. Oh, and Yelan. Yelan as well. So I was struggling to find a good team to actually do Lunar Crystallize with her, because I think I'm basically stuck using Aino because I need the second Not Cry character. That account would have really, really liked to have Columbina. I'll figure it out though. I did not. I've gotten so far precisely one Iluga across all of my accounts, but such is life. I spent way too much of the resources on the previous banner. So it does make sense that being basically out of roles, I'm at the whims of fate right now, so. Perhaps if he's featured on another banner at some point in the future, I'll have a better luck, but it does not seem that my luck was that good. Hello, Ming. Oh, there's a bug? Where? Breaking Bad. You know, never actually seen any of Breaking Bad. Just kinda... I understand it's really, really popular and it's probably really well made, but just never felt like it was really something that I was interested in. Ooh. Those guys aren't very perceptive. Ooh. Nope, got. If anything, like if I were had to ask for just one change to the compass, yeah, it would be nice if they implemented Nodcry's compass type in other regions. But I honestly might prefer if they just made it so there was some way to search on Dragonspine, because I have not finished Dragonspine on anything other than my first account. Why is it so angry at me? Oh. That's why. If you had to choose between Dragonspine Compass working or Or Not Cry Compass Everywhere. Okay, no, you're right. I think I would go for Not Cry Compass Everywhere. Even if it was like an upgrade quest that you had to go through or item upgrade you had to do. Well, Ming, I really enjoy the exploration. And I like the combat. I find it really relaxing and enjoyable, so... I mean, obviously it's not for everyone, but I like the aesthetic. I enjoy the story. Oh, hold on a minute, because if there's one area in Mondstadt... Hold on a second here. If it's Starfell Valley, the last thing that I found on my accounts is... I think it's in this area. There is an apple on top of a stack, it's like a pillar of rocks. There's an apple on top of it, and if you take the apple, it spawns a chest or something, and that was the 100th percent on 2 of my accounts, because it was the last thing I found on 2 of them. Because the compass doesn't find it. Here, bad timing. But yeah, I find Genshin just be relaxing. Like, considering the fact that I listen to the music outside of the game. Oh yeah, it's pretty intensive depending on what phone you've got, that is true. When the game first came out, the phone that I played on, I think the battery would last maybe like, I want to say an hour after I started playing, because my phone was already like 4 years old. So relatively soon after Genshin came out, I did get a new phone because I was, like I said, it was 4 years old, so I figured I was about due for an upgrade. And then I actually got one of those cradle controllers for my phones, specifically for playing Genshin. Oh, hello, Cobb. I wouldn't say Aura Kingdom's dead, I'm just not playing it today. Actually, I could switch to using a controller right now too if I wanted, but probably better to keep with the mouse. The only issue about playing Genshin with a controller on the PC is that it gets weird in terms of like trying to manipulate multiple programs at once. And I'm not smart enough to know that's what you need to do. I've done this a couple times. Yeah, fair enough. If your phone is running really, really hot, I would get nervous about like damaging the internals. Like, cause there's things held together by like glue and whatnot. If it runs too hot, can't it get damaged? I'm not very smart, so maybe don't quote me on that. Just laugh at me. You know, it's interesting that the things that I like about Aura Kingdom and Genshin are kind of the same. It's that, like, I find it inherently fun to just play. Like, I'm not expecting anything extra from it. I know what I'm getting into. Aura Kingdom obviously is a little lacking on the music front, but just in general, I just find it inherently enjoyable and relaxing to sit down and play, so... Even if I am broken Aura Kingdom, and even if my characters are a bit not great, or my rotations aren't optimal in Genshin, I'm still having fun, and that's really all I need. There we go. Yeah, just a broken glass wall over here. There's not even anything inside this section. Not the chest over there. Well, once you're finished the main quest, that's when you find what you enjoy about it, I would say. So if you're stuck at a level where you need to continue to level up in order to, like, access new maps, your best bet is going to be daily quests, the blue ones, especially the dimensional halls. Then after that, if you enjoy running the dungeons, run dungeons. If you enjoy costumes, you can go hunting costumes down and stuff. There's so much stuff in Aura Kingdom, it's just what you find fun to do, right? As for MOBAs, Ming, I get anxiety when I play versus other players, so I don't know that that's a genre that would be very fun in my opinion. I get kind of... my heart rate spikes and then I make worse decisions than I normally do. As if the decisions that I normally make are any good. I'm sorry, little guy, I took away your glow. And I'll do it again. These guys, though. I love them. I just love them. They're so cute. Is there a MOBA that's not PvP? I'm gonna say that the last time I played a MOBA was probably like, oh gosh, it was definitely... I tried League of Legends in high school. And I did not like getting that worked up when I was supposed to be doing something that was relaxing. Because for me, I enjoy playing games as a way to kind of chill out after work. Or today, when I don't have work. So... something that ended up making me feel that much anxiety over letting my teammates down and that much, yeah, just, I think anxiety is the right word, is that I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't want to bring everybody else down. And it didn't feel like there was a comfortable way to get better at it without making other people's time worse. Like, other people were not having a good time because I was bringing them down. Not fun. Now, I remember one of those doors, I accidentally opened up a chest through it before I was supposed to. So maybe I just won't stick my nose in front of them this time. Good night, evening. Have a good evening. Stardew Valley. Now, you'd think that I would enjoy it, because I actually really liked some of the other farming games that I played. But in particular, I'd say that my favorite farming game was the Rune Factory series. So I do have Stardew Valley on my phone, which I know is not the best version of it, but I was on a really long trip, and I just wanted a game that I could play on my phone that didn't need internet access, so I grabbed Stardew Valley. And I thought it was fine. I liked it, but I've never purchased it on another I've never purchased it on another platform where it wasn't on my phone, and it feels like phone is not the way to do it. Right? Like, it just, that is not the way that the game should be experienced. It's a little bit janky. I thought that because at that time I had the... Oh, did it? It didn't open up the door there? I could have sworn you just had to come back here and read the terminal. Maybe I have to reread this other terminal. Yep, there we go. Actually, right now I'm looking at that, is it Guardians of Azuma? The newer, I should say, Rune Factory? I keep looking at it thinking I'll pick it up one of these days, but I still haven't. Maybe next time it goes on Steam sale or something. There's a chest there. I knew there was something. I was gonna say, it does drain your HP a little bit standing in it. The ambiance here is just on point. I love it. And as I said I would on my main account, I did change the music in my teapot to this, and now I scare myself every time I enter. Because I was so used to it being the super relaxing Fontaine music. We still have to grab that chest that was on the first floor that I missed before, though. Oh well. Worry about it after. See, I really liked Rune Factory because the item creation, like in some of them specifically, you had the ability to like craft weapons and whatnot, and it was a lot more complicated than it appeared at first. Like, you had recipes and then extra items that you could throw inside as you're crafting weapons and whatnot, and some of them had like secret effects. Like, I think my favorite example of that is that there was an item that could be dropped by these really rare squirrels that only spawned on like one point of the map. Getting distracted. Hold on, there's a fight here. So, like, there was this one squirrel that appeared on this one map, and it only had 4 HP, so every time you hit it, you would definitely kill it no matter how weak your weapon was. So, the reason why you'd want to hit it more than once is because it would also drop an item called, like, I think it was 10 times ore? Which would multiply the effects of the last upgrade you did on a weapon by 10 times. which was great because even if you were to just reuse the same item to upgrade your weapon, it would be half as effective every time you reused the same item. So it was like really, really complicated in those respects, but it was still a rare drop. So what you did was you fortified a weapon with like a junk item, which would then cause that weapon to only do 1 damage. Then you could get 4 attempts to get the drop from the squirrel to get the 10 times ore, which you could then use to like make the most ridiculous weapons possible. Like it was super complicated in like the different interactions. Oh hey Zaris. Whoop. Playing Genshin, talking about Rune Factory. So I don't know exactly how detailed the Guardians of Azuma Rune Factory game is going to be in terms of like the crafting and whatnot, but it is still part of the same series, so I thought it would probably be enjoyable. Oh dear. There we are. You know, I did put up a poll for what game I was going to play today. And it seems like whenever there's an option that's not Aura Kingdom, it always wins. And yet at the same time, I still like Aura Kingdom the most, I think. Actually, if I had to weigh Genshin or Aura Kingdom, I don't know, and if I had to give up one of them, I don't know which one I'd pick. They're probably too close to even judge that. Okay, so, do I have all the proof of cognoscenti on this account? I don't know. Hold on, let me check. Not there, obviously. We should be having 4 of them in our inventory. Yes. So, at the end of the quest line with these 4 items, there is a room or an area that you can enter. There's an area you can enter. And I took a letter that you find inside that room and transcribed it into a bandana, actually. Oh, hey, Lousy. Yeah, Miller Reed. So basically there's a letter from Miller Reed in the last room of the quest that you do with the proof of cognoscenti, and I transcribed it into a design, and then I also took the image of the treasure hoarders, and if you go on the map here, it's basically this logo. I copied it and made it really big, and then I wrote the letter from Reed Miller kind of in a spiral around it. And then the last line I did in a circle around the little Mora coin. And I actually just sent it to a printer to get it made into a bandana that I'm gonna wear. So if you ever come across a person wearing a bandana of the treasure hoarder logo... Oh, is this... There's something else I need to do down here, isn't there? I keep getting distracted. But yeah, if you ever come across a person wearing a treasure hoarder bandana, it might be me. I was thinking about ordering some extra ones and then perhaps trying to give them away as part of a contest, but then I thought about it and I was like, I don't think anybody in the world other than me actually really likes wearing bandanas. So I decided not to. I ordered one. And it's supposed to be printed and shipped within like 2 weeks. So I'm very excited. And we're going back because I know there's a treasure chest that I missed. I guess we didn't need to ride the elevator, we could have just taken the teleporter, but... So like, I always wear a bandana when I leave the house, or just something to cover my scalp, because I get worried that I'm gonna get a sunburn on my scalp. I got some thin spots in my hair because I'm old. But I'm trying to come up with other ideas of things that I could get, like, printed for a bandana, because I spent way too much trying to replace this I'm gonna say, rare Nier Automata bandana when the one that I wore for 5 years was completely destroyed. And it just doesn't make sense for me to keep trying to find a weird, obscure video game goods, so I thought I'd make my own. But literally nobody else in the world wants a bandana, right? That's why there's so few of them. Or at least so few nice ones. Oh, I don't know why I jumped that far north. We're supposed to be working from the south upward. Okay, Void Sea Outlook is surprisingly high. I think 2% more and then we get the full compass. But it doesn't detect anything.
Yeah.
So does that mean that we've got all the seals and that's the only thing that's really holding us back here? It might be. Yep. I think it's like 5% for this, for unlocking the seal.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have been following the sparkle. Oh yeah, the other reason I thought maybe I wouldn't get an extra one printed is because the DPI on my art was maybe a little bit on the low side, so I'm gonna see how it comes out. And then if I design any more, I know what kind of resolution or what kind of quality to expect from that resolution, but I'm not very good at art, so I'm gonna keep my expectation low and be hopefully pleasantly surprised when it comes out. And if it's bad, I'm not even gonna post an image of it, but if it's good, I'm totally gonna share it. I've only been working on the art for like, oh gosh, like a month or two now.
導きは貪欲や怠惰を招きやすいの。希望をすべて魔女に託して働かずして何かを得ようとするような人たちはまさか彫刻に変えたりしないよな。そんなことはしないわ。そういう人たちはここから連れ出して碑文の館に導くの。何の代償も支払わずに望む。
Alright, well that gives us the level 3 compass. Which means... Okay, basically all that's left is the Proof of Cognoscenti quest, and all of these, well, these are just going to be item boxes, right? Hold on. And frankly, at that rate... May as well just have on the Proof of Cognoscenti quest then, but I don't know if this team can beat Grandma. Yeah, what the heck, we'll just do it. Raven's Legacy, that's the one. Hey, isn't that the... Oh man, this is a guy after my own heart. Selling coffee? Thank you, don't mind if I do. I'll empty out your store because you sell coffee. My mora is much better spent on other things, but I don't care. Wow, fantastic. Just the duo I was waiting for. How did you know we would come here? Have you been following us since we parted at Blue Amber Lake? Haha, I was only joking. I came back to visit my parents and just so happened to be running errands here in Pyramida when I spotted the two of you. So you have family here? What's strange about that? Just like a raven is born to raven parents, people don't magically appear out of thin air. Well, that's not what Paimon meant. Come to think of it, we're not really that close, and Paimon can see how it was kind of a personal question. Alright, so we've got 4 proof of cognoscenti, and the last one is waiting for us. I do have a few thoughts, however. Seeing as it's midday, she'll probably be fine. From everything I've heard about your adventures, I believe she should be able to overcome the trial. Then why didn't you tell us about it back at Blue Amber Lake? Well, the fact we can meet here again is a sign that our fates are somehow intertwined. Rather than dwell on the past, we should look towards the future instead. Wow, that change of subject couldn't have felt more forced if you'd tried. Ahem. The last proof of the cognoscenti is actually with my grandmother. I'm on my way to visit her now. Why don't you tag along? Seriously? What are the chances? Tolfin's grandmother. What do you think? Or what do you think she's like, Midday? Do you think she's a kind of sweet old lady who loves to tell stories? Not in the slightest.
Yeah.
Now, you're supposed to use an overload or freeze team, but I think I'll just go with what we got. I don't know about trying to narrate the whole quest here. My voice might run out before I can manage that. Hiljetta the Black Barrel Hag. We've apparently signed up to become treasure hoarders. Oh, this is easy though. This is not very hard. No sweat. I thought they were going to make us fight the real version. There we go. The last proof of cognoscenti. And now I'm the heir to the treasure hoarders. I mean, I figured it out pretty quick. He's literally got the logo on his water bottle. And his little ferret had it too. Yep. I like her. I like that they put OP grandma in game. I just want to inherit the treasure. You have a brief discussion with Tolfin about how to convince Hiljetta. According to Tolfin, simply mentioning the name Aurelian should be enough to gain her trust, and if she ever brings up the name Brahe, all you have to say is you don't agree with his methods. As for who these two people actually are, Tolfin says it's a long story and promises to explain everything in detail when he gets the chance. I will fulfill Aurelian's dream. Oh, it doesn't even give you an option to lie to her. Or to say the wrong thing. Yeah. I bet you in order to actually fight her properly, we'd have to come back after. But that's fine. Real quick, we'll knock out this here challenge. Or not. Kinda weird, it puts you so high up and then you have to wait to fall. Probably safe to just drop. It was not safe. Oh, right, Columbina! I forgot that she revives people. Now... in the icons on the map for the chest, I don't know. Okay, there is a real one here, but there's also a hidden one. If I had done a plunge attack, I would have been fine. It felt like it was such a short drop that it wasn't necessary. Alright. I bet you that's actually going to say like a... Oh no, not quite 100%. I don't know if there's stuff in here that actually counts towards the exploration because it doesn't show on the compass. Anyway. Rock and roll. Oh, there we go. Now it says discovered Hill Jetta, so can we go fight her like immediately? The real grandma? Well, for Columbina, there's some places where even when you were, like if you play as a normal character, it's not enough to kill you, but if you play as Columbina, because I think something about the way that she's a little bit more floaty than everybody else, it's different and she'll die. So, this is the real Hill Jetta. And I'm not very good at this team, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun, so no judgment. That doesn't actually... oh, it does. It does interrupt it. She can't grab that bracer if you pull it out. Might have been too slow to keep the jellyfish out. I just love her design. Oh dang, I didn't realize her Columbina's revive was that short. Forgot the hold. Careful, she's gonna take something out again. Yeah. I love the way she yells too, it's so fun. Originally I said it was me, that I'm Hill Jetta. You can fight me in game now. I got 1 star, but it's fine. I still beat her. Hey, Cryo6! Ah, you came just in time to see me doing a bad job versus that boss. Frankly, I actually have an Ayaka on this account that, like, specifically to freeze Ayaka, so I don't know why the heck I didn't just switch over. Alright, now the trials of... Find a way to open the door. What was it again? Literally not even reading the hint. Iron-faced gatekeepers. Iron. Oh no, I totally get it. It's definitely a very time-consuming game to play, especially trying to catch up. But I just find it to be so relaxing. Plus I got super lucky on this account, getting all these Not Cry characters, so it just feels very satisfying to float around as Columbina.
Yeah.
Alright. Within this little plot, both danger and luck are found. Tell the fake from real, look where the strange rock lights the ground. Main gate is locked down hard, so don't bother trying until the skies fall apart. Yeah, no, totally get that too. That's one of the reasons why I do not do the gacha on stream, is because I don't like the idea of promoting the what looks like it could be a lot of money spent. This particular account is actually completely free to play, so it's a little bit different. This is legitimately just a very lucky account in terms of the characters I managed to get, because I'm miserable at saving for characters. But I just won't do the gacha on stream. I did in the past, not doing it again. I knew there's chests in a lot of these, but like, you just gotta take the bombs. Oh my goodness, 100%. Yep, that is valid. I hate that the game is so enjoyable and yet it's supported by such a predatory system. But I still find it to be such a relaxing game, for me personally. Now, how are we supposed to get that to come down here? I forget. Should we investigate the door? No, I'm not going to do anything. Oh, there. E for the rocks. Ryan coins it. Oh, Aura Kingdom? You didn't even have to throw any rocks at them. Okay, so the reason why Lancer and Source kind of make a good combination is because Source has the ability to apply a lot of debuffs, but in my understanding, you want to be a Sorcerer main with Lance secondary. So because Sorcerer can apply debuffs on every hit from its envoy, what you want to do is take all the nodes that apply those debuffs per every hit, and then use the Hymn of Doom to apply those debuffs really, really fast, because Hymn of Doom hits really, really fast. Hymn of Doom is it's not actually like it's not like a skill that you have on your skill bar. Basically, you use yeah. So the skill, if you use the Hymn of Doom, which is 2 red charges and 1 blue charge on the class wheel, and then you use the, gosh, I can't even remember what it is, what the skill is called, but it's like a release. You drop a lance that does really, really, really rapid hits on the enemy. So if you're a Source main and you drop the Hymn of Doom on a boss, the idea is that you can ridiculously quickly hit it with some super, super good debuffs. It was a little bit more meta, so to speak, earlier. Sorry, backwards G. It was a little bit more meta earlier in the lifespan of the game, because nowadays the super end game players aren't really debuffing targets; they're just nuking them in one hit. But for earlier game players, absolutely you could still make use of that build. Source isn't super popular, I think probably just because of the aesthetic. It is still a very strong class. It, like I said, it's got the ridiculous debuffing capabilities, like 15 stacks. I'm talking just from its envoy nodes, so it doesn't matter what skill you're using. Generally nowadays you'd want to play Source as Flame on the Flame path as well. In the back in the old days, people used to play Dark, which really lined up with the Hymn of Doom as well. Well, that's 1 coin. I think the other one was on the ground, right? It's a shame these are all not Mora. I thought it was on the ground down here somewhere, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. If I'm being honest, I actually don't like Source just because it doesn't feel very satisfying to play. Like, the sound effects aren't very strong sounding, and the skills are a little bit, I'm gonna say, they don't have the same kind of impact that Wizard has. And of course, Wizard being buff. Yet, you probably won't see many, but it was ridiculously powerful when bosses lasted a little bit longer. This is the right thing for this boss. Not even the boss. No, I think back in the day, 2 of the game sages were Sources because they were so powerful. Really, Reapers. So the thing about Reapers is that they've got summons that can fight with them, which makes them comfortable because you can take the heat off of yourself with your summons. But I'd say that they're definitely more on the tanky side rather than the DPS side, so that I guess that would be like relatively newbie friendly. I haven't played a Reaper on my new account though, so maybe that would be something I should test before I start just repeating common wisdom that I've heard from other players. Although that reminds me, a little while back we had somebody in the Discord asking why every time they beat this boss it didn't count for their main quest advancing, and it turned out to be because they were a Reaper and they let their mobs, like they let their minions take out the boss, and it doesn't actually count unless you hit them. Now, is it going to stick me out, or can I try to find the letter? Because I'm fairly sure the letter that I transcribed was down here. No, it is going to put us on the quest. Oh, no, we're good, we're good. Hold on, we have to find the letter. I played Ranger Bard too. Although, No, this isn't the right letter. Where on earth was my letter? Yeah, so, I originally started as a wizard. Oh, this is the letter. This one. Brahe's Notes number 1. This is the letter that I did on my, bandana. Do. This is where I ended, because I didn't have any more space to write. So my bandana includes the text from here down to here, handwritten in very bad cursive, and then around the circle of the whatchamacallit. There's a circle of the like with an iron coin on the logo, and I wrote this last line here around it with the words Master Thief Reed Miller kind of centered at the top. It's gonna look cool in my opinion, at least if the printing comes out nice, because I was worried that the quality might be a little too low. Oh, yeah, there we go. It also counts as 100% exploration, so we'll finish off this quest and move on to the next region. But yeah, so back in the day, I actually played Ranger Sub Guardian, because there's a skill called Meteoric Arrow that I really liked, and it was fun. But I did originally start playing as a wizard on, oh goodness, I don't even remember what the servers were called back then, but I kind of felt like I hadn't made any friends at all on the server I was on, so when Warbow was released in, I think, 2014 actually, I switched server and started again as a ranger and vowed to do a better job of trying to make friends in game. I do think that Ranger was, Ranger suffers a lot in Aura Kingdom. It's definitely a very sad class. So prior to the rework, it had pretty okay AoE capabilities, especially with the dimensional shot, leaving a trail on the ground. Like, that was quite powerful. But it had the downside of having a really low hit rate, which in the modern meta was just like not working. So, because it wasn't working, they reworked it. But what did they do? But they took away nearly all of the AoE, so it is a very single target debuffer now. And though I think it's quite strong, in fact, I bet you if you were to do a actually, hold on, let me check something. Does the quadruple hits apply even for sub Warbow? Because if it does, quadruple hits as a subclass might be faster than Hymn of Doom. Hold on, I gotta check something. No. Oh, that's Brawler. Where's Ranger? Classes. Ranger. Where is it? Nightfall Hexshot. If not fully charged, your attacks deal lower damage 4-hit combo for 8 seconds. So, legitimately, using Nightfall Hexshot might actually be kind of broken with a source main, because it doesn't require the same kind of setup that the Lancer requires for Hymn of Doom. And I think quadruple hits, if those quadruple hits all apply the debuffs from source, we might be actually talking something pretty impressive there. Is there any other benefits that you might be able to bring to a, I mean, the healing skill is nothing to sneeze at, but source has its own heal, so it's not like it's that much better. Precise Shot is a defense debuff, but I think it's not very helpful on a subclass, even though it wouldn't have a cooldown if you're not charging it. But yeah, no, Not fully charged, your attacks deal lower damage 4-hit combo for 8 seconds. That could actually be really, really nice with a source main. Might have to do some testing. Honestly though, that is something I was thinking, is that the debuffs that they've added to the Warbow class might make it a viable subclass, which it absolutely was not before. But they took away its accuracy bonuses for charging, and they took away its move speed. Like it had used to have extra move speed from one of our buffs. Lancer is really strong, yeah. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the top class anymore, but it used to be. But the reason why it works as a subclass for Sorcerer is because of the ability to get a lot of hits in really quick. And now that I'm looking at Nightfall Hexshot, Nightfall Hexshot might actually be better than Lancer for that, because Lancer would require 3 skills to set up, whereas for Nightfall Hexshot, it's just a tap skill and you're done. Every single hit's now doing quadruple hits. So that might be better than Lancer for stacking debuffs. Wave Chaser Bane. I don't even have the compass unlocked. I think I have to go finish the quest for the Favonius Keep. But in general, yeah, Lancer is considered to be pretty high DPS because of the Hymn of Doom. Typically. Although some people do play Lightning Lancer because it's got the bounce skill. Personally, because my archive is because my archive is better for Dark, my Lancer would probably be better suited to being played as Dark. Wizard, Gunslinger, and Lancer. You ended up going with Wizard, right? I'm quite confident that Wizard ranks higher than Lancer.
北は何や、東はローランに行かせるとしよう。よし、ひとまずはこんなところか。
What subclass did you end up picking?
おお、栄誉騎士にパイモンじゃないか。こんなところで何してるんだ？
Love that word.
そんなことはないさ。セピロス騎士団の拠点は栄誉騎士の拠点でもある。自分の家だと思ってくれて構わないぞ。だが今度来るときは事前に知らせてくれよ。後方勤務の連中に頼んでうまい酒と料理を用意しておくから。
ここって遠征軍の拠点だよな。
Yeah, Bard is as a subclass. It might be just easy, but there's a reason why
遠
it's
征軍のメ
popular.
ンバーでここに常駐している者はそう多くない。アビス関連の情報収集だ。ひとまずなどくらいは安定してるが、アビスが再び攻め込んでくる可能性がある情報は作戦の基盤だ。セピロス騎士団は今後、北の大陸情報網と長期的な協力関係を築き、
I thought
こ
that
の
his
臨
English
時の
voice
駐
actor
屯地
was
を
really,
情
really
報拠
good
点にす
too.
るつもりだ。
But
情報
yeah,
拠
they
点
certainly got a.
フォンテーヌのスパイ小
Oh
説に
goodness,
出
there's
てくるよう
definitely
な
other
や
roles
つ
I've
か
heard this voice actor in, but nothing is coming to mind it now because right now he's definitely
こ
very
んな無防
Varka.
備な拠点、本で見たことがあるか？ここ数年、俺たちは遠征を続け、デイバット各地で様々なアビスの災害を目にしてきた。奴らは狡猾で、その形態は多種多様だ。北の大陸情報網を
And
通
if I
して、
keep trying to
遠
go
征
for
軍が得た
Varka,
見聞を共
or
有
sorry,
し
if
た
I
いと
keep
考
trying to
え
go
て、
for
同時
Iluka,
に
I'm not going to be able to
情
get
報網を
Varka.
通して、
In fact,
アビ
I
スに
already
関
kind
す
of
る
feel
情
like I'm
報
not
収
going to be
集
able
を
to get
続けたい。
Varka on my
アビスとの戦い
on
は
any of my
一
accounts
国だ
because
け
I've
でどう
spent
にか
so
できる
much
話じゃない
of
から
the
な。
resources I've got on
などくらいに
the
は
on the
毎
current
日
banners.
無数の風が吹き抜ける。情報拠点を設けるのにうってつけの場所と言えるだろう。
なるほどな。それが騎士道精神ってやつか。
まあ精神は立派だが、現
You know,
実はな。
sometimes when I want to just get
こ
some
の拠点
practice
は
in for
まだ設営
Japanese,
されたばかりで、
I'll repeat the
周辺
same
の地
line
形
that
情
they're
報すらまだ
saying,
完全には把
like
握で
trying
きて
to
ない。
do it like a
もし
second
近く
after
で
them,
建
but
材や情報を手に入れることがあったら、こっちにも回してくれないか？安心してくれ。セピロス騎士団は 仲間の栄養機種
They're a
を
bit
粗末に
fast.
扱ったり。よし。また新たな遠征の始まりだな。
But it's just one way to get some practice actually saying things in Japanese, you know?
大変です。
ん？どうした？
今日来る予定のお客さんが山の中に閉じ込められてしまったんです。
まさかあのお客さんか？
そうです。我々の部隊はまだ各地を巡回中でして、どこから人を集めたらいいか。
その必要はない。道を教えてく
I
れ。
like Yaora's character, and I think the design is really cute.
また後で会おう。
But I just feel like I don't know how to use her properly. I don't have any team where she can fill a spot.
あんな張り詰めとかありえそうだな。
Let's get that before we go
行
help
きま
them.
しょう。
Right, like I wish she wasn't Animo. Maybe that's the way I should put it, is because having a Nod Cry, like, lunar residence healer is great. I just kind of wish she was something other than Animo. Oh no, not the
助けてく
alcohol.
ださい。
防衛モード。
Alright,
月光の
throw
ように。
everything out there and just stare at them while they die.
大丈夫か？
The AFK team.
大丈夫です。
幸い重要物資は無事だったようだな。
その重要な物資って一体何なんだ？
お、さすがだな。これは暁ワイナリーから特別に取り寄せたダンディライオン酒だ。
モンドからここまで運んでくるのは骨が折れましたよ。
はは、ご苦労さん。夜の宴にも来るだろ。
ってことは
If she had been Hydro, though, she
さ
would
っ
have been
きあんなに急
perfect.
いでたのって
ん？酒を飲むことは何よりも真っ当なことじゃないか。今すぐにでも一杯やりたいくらいだ。
お待ちください。
そう
このお酒は特別製でして、口当たりを保つために長時間転がして。
何？1割も落ちるのか？くそ。それじゃあ今飲むわけにはいかないな。
お前たちが満足なら好きにしてくれ。
もともとはこの樽を転がし続けるための専用装置を用意していたんですが、
樽を攻撃し続けて目的地まで転がすってわけか。ああ、この訓練では樽がコースからそれないよう打ち出す力と角度を制御しなきゃならない。おほう、よし、なら頼んだぞ、栄養騎士。
Alright, get to punch a barrel. Is the audio messed up?
以前ノエルを指導した時、あいつは緊張で樽をめちゃくちゃに破壊しちまってな。
I
その後
did
は何も言わず
change
一人で
some
黙
of
々
my
と掃除を
settings
してた。
today, so if it is
そして時が経っ
static, huh? In the microphone or the game? And did it just start now or it's been there a while? Hold on. Really? Static. Hold on, because I don't see. Did I accidentally put a weird filter on the audio capture for the game or something? Because I was messing with the filters, no? Interesting. I have no idea.
レザーは初めてこの訓練をやったとき、
Because I can't hear anything at all. Advanced audio properties. Is it the wind?
樽を動かすため、残りの4分の3を俺の言っていることを理解するために使ったからだ。
You guys would know if it was actually sound effects from the game, so maybe I just need to yap more to overpower it. Audio problems. So I tried adding a new layer into my audio chain, let's say, because I wasn't super happy with some of the way that the sound was coming through, but I'll probably never be happy. Okay, I did turn it down just the slightest bit, but yeah, no idea what that was. Maybe just my computer borking. Okay, what were we supposed to do? We're supposed to...
まだローエンに会ったことがないだろ。あいつは我流でやってきたからな。訓練の日だってろくに姿を見せない。本人に聞いてみたところ、あいつは魔物の拠点を潰しに行ってるんだそうだ。樽での訓練については反撃してこない相手に興味はないとさ。
Ha! I can't believe that barrel didn't break from that. Yeah, I just want the alcohol.
まさに記憶にある通りの香りだ。そうだね。暁ワイナリーの酒がどんな香りだったか忘れちまったかと思ってたよ。
Alright, Lassie, but to be fair,
酒の香りよかった。
these kind of scenes by not putting a ton of like animation effort into them, they do keep the models a little lower poly and makes it a little bit more friendly for mobile phones. Well, I'm sure Lone will be. I cannot believe that I didn't notice right away that he's in the background of the new art. Although, somebody else was pointing out that, somebody was posting online a so-called cleaned up version of Lowen on the, what do you call it, on the new patch art that they just put out. But it was just an AI upscale, and if they have like 3 arms. In the background? There's the big guy with the black, something under, it looks like he's got black skin. There's that guy. But then in the background behind Varka, there's the guy that looks like the very last person on, or not the last person, was it? It was the second last person that was in the lineup? I thought it was Lohen. I don't know. I'm actually not super tight on following the leaks, but, you know. What are you talking about? Clearly only 2 legs. No, see, don't ask about it. You guys are gonna trigger my chat filter. Of course it's apple cider. Yeah, way in the background, Plinko, not in the front foreground. Kind of like, yeah, the one that's blurry. Someone tried to post like what they called an upscaled version of it, but yeah, it was just an AI remaster where it couldn't figure out if he was crossing his arms in front of his chest or if he had one arm like out to the side, so it just gave him 3 arms. Thanks, Lousy. I don't know who the masked guy is.
もし到着が1日遅れてたら、今頃はだが本当に到着が遅れてたら、お前が偶然この拠点に立ち寄ることも、俺たちの主演に居合わせることも、どんな選択がどんな結果をもたらすのか、それはその時が来るまで誰にもわからない。モンドから遠征に出た時も、ここまで来ることになるとは思ってなかった。ああ、結果的にはな。だが出発した時、俺はテイバット全土を巻き込むアビスの最悪が
Bloodstained Night, huh?
ことだけは知っていた。時間を使って準備はしたが、敵がどこに出発時点
Mr. Knight
で
of
それらは
Warriors.
未
Yeah,
知数だ。
I really like his design. That's why it's a shame that I'm probably not going to be
あ
able
らゆ
to
る
get
事態
him.
に備えるしかなかったのさ。
I'll have to stop trying to get Iluga if I
飲み
want
込みが
him.
早いな。だが残念ながら敵は俺たちが躊躇してる間にもアビスは無数の命を奪い続ける。遠征に踏み切る理由としてはそれだけで十分だ。そうかしこまるな、栄誉騎士。お前だって同じだろ。お前の旅は多くの人の運命を変えてきた。かつてはモンドやトワリンの運命を。今はナドク
You
ラ
know, it's funny because when I'm not streaming, I actually do just like sometimes try and speak along with the characters just as a chance to practice Japanese. But I was on the cusp of just trying, and for some reason I'm feeling really tongue-tied. Might be because I haven't had enough coffee today.
運命ってのはそういうもんだからな。だが生きてる限り希望は常にある。今夜飲めない酒も明日には飲める。さあ乾杯しよう。明日に、そして希望に。
Alright, and with that, we can unlock our compass. I thought we were a little higher than that already, but I guess we still got... Oh, we're pretty close to being able to unlock level 2 compass. I think it's 50%. Shouldn't take long. Actually, frankly, we grab that, we're probably there. Another one below us?
加速します。絶縁障壁。皆に祝福は騒乱の憩い。
Can we actually just beat him if we stare at him like this?
行きましょう。
Oh, I think we're not quite gonna get him on one rotation.
月光のように。
AFK team.
物品の価値を算出中。
Oh, this counts as Ashvale Peak. Not the Wave Chaser plane. Little guy looking for
加速
something.
します。 加速します。
That's gonna be what he's looking for. Probably.
分類して収納しましょう。
No. kind of thought that we'd get a blue Kuvaki from that so that I could jump into that thing so I can get that. But apparently... that's not gonna work. It's not gonna absorb me if I'm the wrong color. You guys look like they could use some help. Didn't quite hit it. Follow the abyssal trail to investigate. Okay, yeah. Ha! I figured there'd be a little something else here, considering all these guys are at half HP, but... Can't heal them, can you? No. Feels like you should be able to heal them. Alright, so my main issue right now is just that we're kind of too close to the border between the two regions, so maybe if I move further towards... Maybe if I move further towards the, Hello, Wadatabir. Not exactly new. I do occasionally stream Genshin. I've played this game a decent amount, I would say. This is actually, I would say, the second of 3 accounts. Oh, hold on a second, we'll put this down here. Are those guys close enough that I could leave them, or... Yep. No, you didn't like that. Then we'll grab the big guy. There we go. But yeah, not exactly new to this game. I've got a pretty good amount of exploration going on. I'm gonna need some work in, just a little bit more work in the desert here. Or Smetter. Well, down from 5. I did used to play 4 of my own, and then I had a friend who asked if I could help them by running some events when they were busy, but I did end up dropping that, the friend's account, because they ended up just not playing anymore anyway. Then I wanted to play all of the characters, but I didn't want to pay to play all of the characters. So I thought that if I play on multiple accounts and then just like don't spend, I'd be able to get them all. By just prioritizing on one account, I'd go for this character, and another account I'd go for the other one. And it's working okay, because I do actually currently have a copy of each character somewhere. But it does make me sad when I think, dang, Columbina would go real nice with Zebai, but the account with Columbina is not the account with Zebai. Oh well. Man, if they let us borrow somebody's characters for the Abyss, I'd be like in the Abyss right now. Ta-da! No reason to use a compass when I can literally see another chest. Actually, is that 50%? Yeah, it is, so we could go get the better compass now. There's a teleport over there. Oh, this is gonna take a lot of little glowy thingies to open up too. And that little guy's not even glowing. Come here, pal. Can you come down here? Oh, there you go. Huh. Just weird, did it feel like those flowers kind of reacted when the guy ran at them? I don't know that they're necessarily reacting to the ram guy here, but they're certainly reacting. Yeah. You do have to log in daily. And I kind of do. I've got my wake up at 5 a.m., make a coffee, play 3 Genshin accounts, and then go to work routine down pat. Oh, we're kind of taking corrosion here. But yeah, so this is a free-to-play account, but I've just been very lucky with regards to the fact that I've gotten all of these not cry characters. No Z-Buy on this account, though. It's not going to happen. Although, honestly, hold on a second here. No, I don't want to show it. I was going to say, I'll show you that I had this crazy history with the wishes, but I don't show pulling on stream, so it's probably a bad idea also to show the wishes. Just been very fortunate in terms of the characters that I was able to get. Yeah, midnight, so maybe we'll go 23:58. My antithesis. Wait, there he is. Now we follow this guy back too. Feels like I did that in the wrong order. Should have started with the furthest away. wolf pet. Kind of matches Columbina's design. Well, just the colors anyway. I actually don't remember where this goes, despite the fact that I have done it before. Just the top of the hill? And there's some stuff up there. Save us a climb. Had a very good looking sword. Perhaps because Boreas's presence could not be... Yeah, no, we're gonna have to bring Varka here, I'm sure. Oh, 100%. But either there's gonna be a story quest that simply delivers on this and you bring him here, or you have to get him for it to be to be able to do it, and unfortunately just not going to happen on this account. So I'm not too worried about it. Hold on, maybe we better throw out a compass. Oh, shoot. That chest was probably higher up. Well, it seems like we've got plenty to do in that area. Wait, what bird? What bird are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've got nets on this account. No, I got a couple. I got distracted by the big pyramid in the background. No, I did not. Alright, you're right, there was a bird right at the peak, but, no, let the birds be free. If anything, the only thing I regret is that I fell too far and I didn't manage to get that chest that was up there, but we can get distracted by this group of, Sealies instead. Alright, we're just gonna activate all of these guys. And then if we throw them at each other, they won't all be energyless. Base Pro Shop. Do they all have the giant pyramid, or is that just a... Or is that just a meme? Oh shoot! No, 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 there's a... No! Back! No! I guess this is a one-way lane. It's just the one. Okay. Was the pyramid already there? Or did they make the pyramid because of the vibe? I do not know the lore of the Bass Pro shop. I feel like I don't know the lore of the Bass Pro shop. I have no idea why there's a pyramid. Like, was it there already and they just inherited it?
君のペースについていけるか。これってサプライズ？
Oh, hey, Cryo6, thank you! I have. I'm sorry. You're stronger than me. Hey. Bass? Oh, sorry, bass? I'm sorry, as you can see, I'm much more musically inclined than fishing inclined. Bass Pro. Sorry about that. Come in. Direction are we going with this? There. Bass. Bass Pro.
これってサプライズ？
See, the thing about Timmy's Birds is that for a little while it was really fun to like try the new characters to see how well you could like approach them and get them. But unfortunately, as my first main ever was Ganyu, she was the absolute goat of taking out Timmy's Birds, so I've definitely taken out Timmy's Birds a lot of times. Too far. Alright, and then if I hit the Mandragora, it should do both. Yes, then the Mandragora is happy and it breaks the shield. There. C6 on... Yeah, but isn't Eula supposed to be added to the Hex Array? So your C6 Eula might get a new breath of fresh air, like a breath of fresh life. I actually have Eula on this account too, I think. Hold on. I might have to double check that. It might be a different one. I don't have anyone C6 except Jean. Jean is literally my only 5-star C6 on any of my accounts because I am terrible at saving. I just wanted to try playing every character, so I never bothered trying to save beyond that. But, hold on, I think this account has Eula? Yep, there she is. With the fish. I don't think she's very well built though, so I might embarrass myself by going in here. Yeah, no, that's not good. I might not have even tried building her properly since I got her. Yeah. Actually, what are her constellations? Because I know some of the early game constellations were a little bit crazy. Like, they weren't super, super great. Physical damage increase. Decreases the cooldown. That's an interesting choice. Lightfall swords created by glacial illumination start with 5 stacks of energy. Normal attacks, elemental skills, and elemental bursts have a 50% chance to grant. Oh yeah, that is kinda compared to like modern C6s. All party members' damage is increased by 80%. Oof. That is dedication that I do not have. So honestly, I don't think the clapping comes through on the mic, but I was attempting to clap, but I think that the sound, the background noise will the background noise reducer will get rid of it. But that's applause for you. I literally could never. You wanted the C6 show. Oh, it's so true though. Getting C6 4 stars can actually be harder than getting the limited banner character. Like, gosh, I did pull several times attempting to get Iluga. I got Goro every single time on my main account. I've got like an extra, I think 4 Goros, and I think it's time for me to give up. Break the seal? Is it inside? Yeah, I went up the wrong way. What direction am I supposed to go here? There. Yeah, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Way back in the day, I really wanted Hazo because it looked so cool the way because it was the first time we had like a melee catalyst, and I thought he looked really cool. And I ended up getting. I'd started at basically 0 pity. I ended up getting Klee, who I didn't think was really a great character to get because it was I mean, it was when Hazo was released, so it was really, really late in the game, and so she was basically not super viable at that point already. So I ended up with Klee before I got myself 1 Hazo. And even now, I don't think I have him C6. Hazo do be like that, though. And he didn't even turn out to be very good, he was just different. Now, where is that? Oculus? Oh, there we are. But yeah, it does kind of feel like I have to give up on getting a Luga on my, what I'm gonna call my main account, because it's the one that's got the furthest progression. Oh, you could stand on these. Well, it was their first time doing it with Hazo. When they first released Hazo, he was the first one that was like a melee type catalyst. And then they released a couple others like him, so he's not special anymore. But you know, he looks neat. Or rather, I should say he looked neat for the time. I didn't think you could stand on these. Whoop. Alright, that's gotta be a decent amount of exploration then. Yeah, plenty. So we can definitely get our upgraded compass now. Tower of Inversion. That's a pretty long quest, so I don't think I want to start that. Was Hazo really the best 4-star when he came out? Wait. You know, I think we'll aim for the 80% for today, and then after that I'll call it, because I do have some other stuff I have to do today for the week. Daily farm reminder. Oh, Arknights. Yeah, no, I have not been to my farm in Arknights in several days. Alright. So there's this hidden chest here? Huh. That was easy enough. Back when people didn't know about the Shangling and Benny combo. I mean, at the start of the game, people really did not know. Or rather, even the developers didn't really know exactly what they were doing with the characters, right? And that's how you end up with characters from 1.0 that are still competitive, right? Like... I mean, if you compare it to some of Hoyo's other games where they're at right now, like especially Honkai Star Rail, when I see what's going on there, I'm like, pretty glad I got out of that one, because it's really like all of the characters that I had from before are completely non-valid. Like, they're not usable. Oh, I broke them out of their evil mode. I thought that would just get rid of them. I think Benny still is the Pyro Archon. Me using Kokomi. I got my Kokomi when she first came out and everybody was like, oh my gosh, you can't crit. Yeah, it's pretty bad in Honkai Star Rail, but... So, I think... Yeah, it was when Aventuring came out. I thought he looked really cool, so I got him, and then I said, alright, I have beaten Honkai Star Rail by getting the character that I think is cool. I shall now stop playing this game because I have spiritually beaten it. Nope, I don't like the looks of that. Dang, C6 is not being able to compete. That's pretty bad. I guess it's E6 in that game, right? That you call them Eidolons? Why do I feel like that's the way to start the quest, so we probably don't want to go up there. Oh. What? Really? Just from here to there? No, I get you. Especially since the Eidolons in Aura Kingdom are something completely different. In my head, it was always kind of awkward for the, in terms of the terminology. Oh, I was trying to interact with this. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Wada. Wada? Oh, I think that's the first time anybody's done a gifted membership. There's really not much in the membership. There is one video that says thank you, but for me it feels really awkward being as small as I am and like trying to like hide stuff behind a paywall. That feels really awkward. So the membership is really just if you feel like supporting kind of thing. Don't feel like pressured or anything. It is just the only thing you get is a thank you video. That's really it. It's kind of pathetic. So if you're wondering why I even bothered, when I was I kept turning down YouTube to open up memberships. And then they were like, hey, we'll pay you a bunch of money if you open it up, even if nobody signs up. And I'm like, you know what? That's an offer I can't turn down. So I've used that money and I've got it saved because I would like to eventually get a model that's not made by me for VTubing. As you can see, my model is kind of minimally articulated and the art isn't great, but that's because I made it myself. So I have that YouTube money carefully stowed away so that at some point I can create my own model, but I felt like it was really, like, rude to start hiding stuff behind content, so yeah. It's just I can't close it just yet. Like, I can't turn off the memberships just yet as part of the contract, I believe. I need to double check the details because at some point I feel like it would probably be best to close the memberships entirely since I've taken YouTube's money and and stowed it away safely. Yes, that is how we get into the canyon quest. But the other thing it gives you is the access to the cute little emojis, so you can also do that. They're also Aura Kingdom related mostly, though. Oh, this actually counts as the other zone. I'm not an artist. I can't draw to save my life. The model that you see here is a screenshot of my Aura Kingdom character, which I then redrew like underneath layers. So even this is technically not my art. So you'll see. You'll see if it gets to that point, because it's still an expensive endeavor that just right now is still a far off future kind of thing. Which reminds me, I need to double check how to declare YouTube income on my taxes since I actually had a bit this year. Taxes, guys, remember to declare everything on your taxes. I know you were talking about that, Lousy, and that's you were asking earlier about the tools that I was using and whatnot. Did you decide whether you were going to go for PNG tuber or like an actually like rigged VTuber kind of thing? Because I think you were still leaning towards the PNG tuber the last time we talked. Not doing a very good job fighting here. Getting distracted. One could make the argument that it would have been a lot smarter for me to simply go for a customizable VTuber model. And if I was better at art, that probably would have been a good choice, because then I would have been able to like customize the textures to make the character a little bit more mine. but I love how creative some people can get with the customizable VTuber models and the way that they can redo the textures and make them really, really unique and beautiful, and they're actually properly rigged by people that know what they're doing. But for me personally, I had no idea that was even a thing when I started. I should have looked more into it. I'm pretty sure most of the big ones, like there was a couple really big customizable models that were already out at the time that I started. But I recently got that program that is the Emote Lab for making custom emotes. And I was talking about how I really wanted to try to like do the retexture thing so that I could create animated emotes based off of my character. And honestly, it's a good thing that I didn't attempt to go for a customizable model and try to retexture it to look like my Aura Kingdom character, because apparently I suck at that kind of stuff. Like, I am so bad at it. It is not going well. It looks legitimately worse than just using the base assets that are in the program. So, for the time being, that's not going to happen. Although, I do wonder what would have happened if I decided to put a little bit more into learning rigging instead of just stopping as soon as I was happy. I was using the trial version of the program, so I don't know if I would have been able to have kept going with the trial version. Sorry, I was using the trial. I don't know how much, or if anything that I had done would be like locked behind the paywall after the trial ended and it just went into free version. But I do wonder if things would be a bit different right now if I'd put more into learning rigging rather than just deciding I was happy and moving on. Maybe I should start learning to rig more. Yeah, if there's one thing I dislike about Llama, it's that sometimes I try to use a charged attack and forget that she doesn't have one. Now. Well, you know, you don't get better at art, or anything really, without practicing. But sometimes it does feel like I'm kind of bashing my head against a wall and not seeing any progress, which is demotivating. So, the fact that I was able to create a model myself, well, with parts from other artists, of course, the artist that designed the costume, but the fact that I was able to get to a level that I was happy with, I figured I'm happy. I don't need to keep bashing my head against this wall. Oh, but someday, guys, someday. Yeah, there is another Oculus somewhere around here. No, this is, we'd have to do the Iluga story in order to unlock that. Because this area doesn't count as the region we were in before. Yeah, this is Ashvale Peak. Oh geez, this is like way... I thought this was like just outside the cave, but it's like way out there. Oh, is that the one at the top of the cliff again? I think it is. And one of these days, Lousie, I'll figure it out. We'll, one of these days, but maybe not this year, since it's my first vacation in 15 years. I think I'm gonna go a little bit hardcore on vacation. So, maybe not the best year to then also be trying to get a 40 to 50,000. What currency is that in? Gosh. I was figuring that if I was gonna go like super luxurious, that I should be able to manage the art and model for under $2,000 Canadian. $40,000 to $50,000? Oh, that just hurt my heart. That's a freaking down payment on a house. I try to keep that in mind, Lousy, 100%. There's gotta be something around here that'll let me get the blue. Live comfortably with $50,000? That would be like... I could take a year off work on $50,000. Oh. $50,000 after tax, of course. Now, how am I gonna get to that Oculus there? We're just gonna kind of go up as high as we can, maybe pull out Wander and fly over. Alright, we're gonna go on top of this lighthouse. We're gonna switch to Wander and fly up and then just kind of glide over. I think we'll get it with that. It's not the intended solution, but one of the good things about Genshin is sometimes you can just cheese it. It's kind of there-ish. Guy that paid $50,000 for a self-ship? Oh, wow, that's, You know what? As long as you're not putting yourself in a position where you're going to have issues with your daily life, I'd like to say all the power to you. I literally do not see this blue plant, but we got it. Where is it? I literally do not see a blue plant anywhere around here. They don't react. No, they don't. Not at all. Which makes sense, because Kuvaki is not elemental energy. It's so much as it's lunar energy, right? So elemental sight shouldn't do much. Stop. I don't see a blue plant. My apologies. There's a bit of a delay in the chat, so I probably moved before you even said anything. I'll pour a cup of tea while I wait. I mean, the flowers here are vaguely blue tinted. Follow right along the gorge at the top. This literally doesn't matter because I've already got it, but... Oh my gosh. It was literally right there. See, this is what you're supposed to do. Then you get locked into here, which you can then use to accelerate yourself. Which would have easily gotten it. But, you know what? My solution worked too. How did I literally not see that? Hello, Adrenaline. Going back to my Kokogi. Yeah, today Genshin Impact won the poll, so here I am. Exploration time. We're doing pretty good, actually. Oh, that is certainly a cluster of good stuff over there. Hold on, let's go. I think we should just ride the Kuvaki line back up to the top of the mountain again. Oh no, these are underground. Huh. Guys don't even aggro on you if you don't attack them. Oh, so if your compass isn't working in a region, you probably have to do the quest for the quest for the meeting point. And then the number of chests that show up depends on how many levels of the meeting point you've upgraded. We have to buy all of this guy's stuff 3 times in order to set him free, so I'll just buy everything and he can go on to the next point and maybe we'll meet him a little further to the north. Alright, so this is still lower? Oh, it's this this cave over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you can look, I'm not sure how clear it is on the screen, but my compass says level 2 right now. That's the compass you get by having the region at 50% and turning in at the, what do they call it? Gathering points, right? Yeah, sorry, the meeting point. So, as you can see, I can do another upgrade here, but it doesn't actually increase the compass again until you've got 90% exploration. Alright, gotta make a path to get this little guy across. That should do. Come on. Hey, Resonant! Yeah, Adrenaline. So all the countries up to Natlan have the old style compass, where it's just that you where you just basically you hit the button and it'll show you anywhere in the region. But for Nod Cry, you have to do the meeting point, or they call it meeting or gathering. I keep getting it wrong. Sorry, the meeting point for the area. There's one in each like percentage region. You can see here there's a meeting point at the cemetery, there's one at the workshop, and then there's one for the Frost Moon Scions there. As you level that up in each area, you get the ability to use the compass, and at 10%, I think it's 10%. Oh no, it just unlocks immediately when you get to the meeting point, sorry. It'll work like what you're expecting, where it'll just do 1 treasure at a time. At 50%, I think it's up to 10 clues at a time. And then once you get to 90%, it'll show you all of the rest of the items, so that it's like super nice. Now, why does it say there's a treasure down here when I can't see anything? It says there's something right here. Oh, I betcha it's related to this guy. There we go. Now, what do you suppose? No, that didn't do anything. Well, the little treasure hoarder guys are cute. The little treasure weasels, I love them. So they can throw bombs or mud at my face as much as they like. I'll forgive them. All right. So next we want. Oh yeah, there was this other side of that cave. Hold on, let's do that one next. Alright, I am looking for ideas for things to prep for my dinners for the rest of the week, Lousy. So what kind of soup is it? If it's a good kind, I might make some. Or something similar. Oh, this is the moon goddess, so gravity doesn't really affect her normally or something. She is kind of nice to run around as, because it does feel nice and floaty, and I don't know if she's faster, but I like it. But I did put ineffa on the thumbnail, so maybe I should stick with ineffa on screen. Oh, but it's just so floaty and nice. And when she stops, hold on. Check out those shoes. They just spawns little spheres of water underneath her heels. I think it's pretty. No, I think they're cute. Plus, as I was saying earlier, I have a strong affinity for the treasure hoarders, so the little weasels are. I also have a strong affinity for them. This does appear to just be the other side of the wall from where we were on the other, like over there. Do we open it up somehow? Man, I can't wait for my bandana to arrive. I think they said it would take about 2 weeks to print and then it has to ship from Europe. You know, there's a bunch of the little guys down here. Hold on. Do these plants react to the kuvahi? Not really. Beans and corn porridge. Is it time to whip out the notepad for the first time this stream? Beans and corn porridge. Soup. Oh, please do! I don't know if I'll have the ingredients, but I'll give it a shot. If I can find them. And you know what, Resonant? That's actually one of the things that I think I like about this game, is that it is so colorful. And, like, all of the regions have a distinct sort of flavor in terms of the colors. I think it's a really well-made game. So, despite the fact that I am very not a fan of the monetization, I still find it very enjoyable. Like, look at these little guys. The Mandragora? They're so cute! If they make a plushie of the Mandragora, I am absolutely gonna get one or try to make one. Like, they're just perfect little guys. I think I got them all. I just don't want to leave them on the ground covered in that purple miasma-like stuff. It says there's a hidden one. It's probably related to this little guy. Yep. This should count as that one that was back there. Right? Yes. And then this last treasure chest is higher up. Yeah. Up the cliff. Now, do we just climb up or... Yeah, probably. Chilean traditional recipe. Okay, I gotta see if it's ingredients that I can get. Hold on. Porotos con mazamorra Chilean cranberry bean soup. Do you think it would freeze well if I were to make like a huge portion of it and freeze some to eat later? Oh, for sure. Like if you want to see their builds, it's not going to be very impressive, but here we have them. How about this is what the account has in general. So as you can see, it's a pretty good selection of characters, but you know, I got some work to do on a lot of them. But, in specific, if you want to look at their builds, I don't think they're very good. I haven't put a ton of effort into the builds here. I mean, for Columbine, I was mostly focusing just on the HP. For Lauma, oh, that's not great. But I think her Elemental Mastery is pretty darn good. Ineffa, I'm still working on... Oh no, her weapon is fine. Her weapon is fine. No, I don't have Mavica. So when it comes to the people from Natlan, I got Chaska and Mualani? Is that it? Is that everyone I had from Natlan for the 5 stars? Yeah. Yeah, that was it for 5 stars in Natlan. So as you can see, all of that missed out on characters in Natlan was very much made up in the Nod Cry characters. I do have Kinich and Mavica on my other account. This is technically this 2 of 3 accounts. This is the second one that I started. So basically, because I wanted to play all of the characters, but I didn't have a wallet that could handle that, I started a second account. Well, actually, I started the second account because I wanted to rewatch some cutscenes. But then I started playing it seriously when I realized I could use it to play other characters. Like, I could get characters I didn't have on my main account. And then when I missed a character on this account, like I realized I wasn't going to be able to do it, I started a third account so that I could attempt to get that character, and now I just have 3 accounts going with the hopes of eventually, or rather keeping it at every single character somewhere. So yeah, right now I do have every character somewhere without spending money to have that. Oh, loves, you believe me. I've got designations for food service. I know how to handle a kitchen and freezing food properly and safely. Actually, cool story. At my high school, the cafeteria was actually run by students. So the morning block would prep stuff. The second block, before lunch, would actually prepare the food and then also stay during lunch to serve it. And in order to compensate the students for that, they got to eat lunch free from the cafeteria. The third block would clean up afterwards. And the fourth block would get to go home early, actually. It was how it worked. So, when you took that class, it was a legal, where I live, it's a legal requirement that you have to have a designation in order to serve. Specifically, in a cafeteria at a high school, you're required a designation for food safety. So the first test of that class was getting your food safety designation. And I actually kept it active for a while, because even in kitchens at restaurants, they require some % of the staff, I believe it is, to have the food safety designation. So I would always just keep it fresh and active, because I worked in restaurants a lot when I was younger. So I know a thing or two about food, just a thing or two. I'm not very good at following recipes, because most of the cooking that I've done has been vibe-based. And in restaurants, it's not necessarily so much... The restaurants that I worked at, I wasn't the one doing the actual recipes, it was mostly the food prepping. Actually, I worked at a steakhouse where I was doing food prep. And, oh gosh, the one time somebody came in the middle of the day, they were like, hey, you get to do the cooking this time. I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. But they made me do it. And it was a salad. And it got sent back to the kitchen for being bad. I have no idea how it went that bad. Needless to say, I was just food prep from then on. Oh yeah, and then they also made me do calamari, but apparently it came out too rubbery and it got sent back to the kitchen too. But like, it was bagged calamari and there was a timer. So I used the timer after putting bagged frozen calamari in the deep fryer, and it still got sent back to the kitchen. I swear I'm a good cook, I swear. Just bad at deep frying things and making salads according to recipes, apparently. Okay, actually, so it was like this Asian-style salad that had rice noodles in it, except that the way that the rice noodles were prepped was that you stuck rice noodles in water and they were supposed to soften up. Well, apparently they didn't soften up enough, despite the fact that, like, I had put them in water hours ago. We kept them in the fridge. So my assumption is that the intended timing of I put the noodles in the water and then put it in the fridge. It's cold, so it takes a very long time for them to soften up. But normally that would be ready for dinner service. But this person came into a steakhouse in the middle of the day when like nobody was there. We never had customers at the middle of the day at that place. It was very weird. So yeah, I made calamari that got turned back and a noodle-based salad that got turned back. Oh boy. Oh yeah, and the worst thing, I put the water. Sorry, but you know, it's like it's like those jelly cups. I think they're called. They're like the clear plastic reusable cups, like the cups I say, but it's more like a container, and you fill it up with water, and then you stick they're like those clear noodles, right? The rice noodles that are supposed to go soft, even though they're not at super high temperatures. They absorb the water and they go soft. Well, they weren't soft yet. But, yeah, no, I don't wish on stream, so we're not going to be using that anytime soon. What percent am I at in this region? Well, high enough to get at least another reward here, but yeah, so the other story about that restaurant was you were supposed to get a discount as a staff member if you wanted to order any food, but it was like a really high-end steakhouse, so I really wasn't like super inclined to oh yeah, you get wishes occasionally on some of them. Not all of them have a free wish in it. Cooking stream when? Well, I don't know what kind of technology would be required for me to actually do a stream with like hands-on inside my kitchen. Plus my kitchen is not really well suited for that. But you can see videos I've posted of me cooking things if you're that curious. I put some shorts out of Genshin cooking like a couple years back. They're still up. But yeah, so it's like an expensive steakhouse, and I worked there for a summer between university semesters. And I didn't buy anything there because it was too expensive. And I thought just once on my last day I would get the lobmac, the lobster macaroni and cheese with real lobster in it, because I thought, you know what, it's my last day. I would love to have some lobmac. And they charged me full price because I got it after my last shift ended. I never even got the discount. They charged me full price because I didn't work there anymore. Like, who does that? The worst part is it was like super, super good. It was so delicious. It was amazing. But I will never go back there because of that. Oh man, it was delicious. Just thinking about it. They also didn't return my uniform because they had these really, really nice black chef's jackets, and I loved mine. And I kind of didn't want to return it, but I did anyway because I think the uniform fee was uniform deposit, I should say. You're supposed to get it back when you return your uniform. It was like, gosh, it was like $50, and I thought I'd be happier with the $50, so I gave back my uniform. And they didn't return my uniform deposit because they said I didn't return the apron. But the apron I used was my own. Like, I didn't take an apron from the uniform thing. I have my own apron. So, expensive steakhouse, and they're penny gouging me. Like, or pinching pennies at me for the tiniest of things. Ooh, more. Look, it was a pretentious steakhouse. No, don't worry about it, but it was a pretentious steakhouse, and they were like, they didn't care about me. I'm sure you've heard of how restaurants are not super great environments, especially like really high-end restaurants. The margins are pretty bad, the working conditions are usually very hot, and everybody's got all the chefs have a temper when things start getting too hot, but because I worked as a prep cook during the day, it wasn't too bad. Honestly, prep cooking is where it's at, because you just get everything done and then you peace out. I also did work as like dishwashers and bus people in restaurants, so restaurants were an easy way to get work when I was younger. Although, because I never was a waiter, or waitress I should say, I always did have this feeling of like, I don't know why waitresses get all of the tips when they get to sit around twirling their hair in their fingers while I'm doing hard work prepping or doing dishes. I get it a bit more now having been in customer service, but I still feel like it would be better if the servers have the tip out. And some places I worked had that, where a small portion of the tip was distributed among the staff in the kitchen. And I think that's the most fair way to do it. Although I should also add that in Canada, I think there is a slightly lower wage for tipped workers, but it's not anywhere near as low as it is in the United States. Mise en place, I've never heard it referred to that way, but for example, in the actual main cooking area, there'd be like a, everything the chefs need to be able to prepare the food quickly for people. Once the patrons start coming in and ordering food, they would need to be able to prepare things quickly, right? So the majority of the little things, like, and the different ingredients that need to be prepped for them to throw into pans, and like I'd clarify the butter, so that they had a big thing of clarified butter ready to go. We did whatchamacallit. Gosh, what's that sauce called? It's like the thing with the thing. Oh, I'm so descriptive. That sauce that's like, I guess you could compare it to super ultra concentrated stock. I forget what it's called off the top of my head because I'm tired, but like, we had to prepare that from bones. Well, the other thing I did was I prepped the ribs too. So like, the way we did ribs at the restaurant was first you had to bake them. Yeah, someone does need a cup of coffee, but I feel like I shouldn't be streaming too much longer because I also need to get my cooking done for today. But like, oh, what was it? Like, you bake the ribs. Hey, my discount for Rena is doing just fine, thank you very much. But yeah, no, like at the restaurant we did the ribs where you'd bake them, then you'd boil them, and then you'd portion them, and then you'd throw them into the prep line fridge. So when somebody ordered the ribs, they were ready to go. You just throw them on the broiler and they're already like super, super tender and soft. Made for really good ribs. If you had absolutely all day to actually spend time cooking them like that. Hey. What percent are we at anyway? Demi-class, that is exactly what I was thinking of. I don't remember all of the details now because it has been quite a number of years. Now that I think about it, I might have said high school, but that place was actually university. in high school, I worked for a fish and chips place, and the funniest thing about it was that I wasn't a big fan of fish and chips, but oh boy, they made good chicken. They made really, really good chicken at the fish and chips restaurant. Oh. I guess you gotta do it fast enough. Use the goat. Oh. The goat's not charged. I need to charge the goat first. Is this gonna work? Oh, so it does. Alright, the goat was definitely the better choice, thank you. The angle was just kind of awkward for the, whatchamacallit, what do you even call this? I have no idea what these are called, actually. Hold on a second here. Mysterious sloth sheep, intricate blooms. Spire blooms. Honestly, I love those little guys. You can just kind of lead them around and they're just vibing. They also don't lose their golden Kuvaki energy just because they hit something. Oh, yeah, you could use these while flying? Oh, I did not mean... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Guess we're having chicken for dinner. He ran into my blade. He ran into my blade. That was not on me. I mean, I hit him anyway. I should at least take it and have it for dinner, right? Adrenaline. It would be worse to just let it sit there. My apologies. It flew into my blade. Which, yeah, probably a good idea to use some resin. It's not my fault that the second I happened to throw out a blade, the bird was in the way. You guys gotta let it go. Death comes for all birds in Genshin at some point. If we've learned anything from the way that people treat the birds in Genshin. Thank you, little guy. Honestly, when I was trying to hit a bird in order to get the achievement for the marksman, which I don't think I even have on this account, it was really hard. Oh yeah. Where'd you come from? There's gotta be a plant over here that fired him at me. Yeah. And I feel like there's probably a, like you get a lunar path thing to get up top here, but we'll just run up. Why not? Alright, then there is treasure chest in here. I don't know if I've got another key. But we'll try. Hey, look at that. Oh, is that... I think that means we technically hit the goal that I said, the 80%, yeah. Technically that is the goal I said, and at about 3-hour mark, I feel like that was the ideal length for a stream here. So we'll go for about 10 more minutes. And call it... Oh, we're at 92%, so I should be able to finish this region. Oh, I might not be able to finish the region 100% because of the... I'm not going to do the quest. But we'll give it a shot and see if we can. And then we'll call it for the day. If the ingredients for this soup look good, I might even make it today. If it's something I can get my hands on today relatively quickly, like at the store I can walk to, I might make it today, this corn soup, because it sounds really good.
もう見抜かれたか。知らない間にすっかり俺のことを把握しちまったようだな、栄養騎士。
っていうか、ファルカのそういう適当なとこにはもう慣れちゃったぞ。
ま、当番じゃない日なら飲めるから、いつでも来てくれ。
Alright. Words. Alright, compass is level 3, so we can see everything in the region. Oh, geez, there is still a decent amount, eh? Yikes. I kind of felt like we were closer than that, because it's 92%. Well, if we start here and kind of work our way across there, we'll probably knock out a solid amount right away. I should give her some special wings. It seems like a shame to have her in the default. Oh yeah, the other thing about this account is they never sent me the original, the wings that you're supposed to get when you start your account. I also didn't get the wishes you're supposed to get in the same mail. Because I believe they were in the same mail. So, that's cool. I don't know if the purple looks so good there. Yeah, that's good. Okay, just the pile of rocks there. Yeah, so I think they changed the way the compass works, as well as the oculi finder. I think they changed it so that if you reuse it while something is tracked, it does actually change the tracked target. Like, especially the oculi finder, it says that it'll, if you reuse an oculi finder while one is currently being searched, it'll pop up a warning that says that it will suggest that one last next time. Like, it'll kind of take it out of the circulation, so to speak. Underground? Here? Oh, yeah, I know what that is. That's that one in the very far corner of the underground layer. Maybe we'll go there after, because there's more out here. Oh, this is a really good recipe version, Lousy, that it gives all the alternative ingredients to use when they're not accessible, theoretically in Canada as well as the United States. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Ta-da!
未知の素材を発見。関連情報を記録しました。
Another pile of rocks there. We're already at 95%. If I've got all the sigils, I bet you we could get to 100% just by opening up the vault. Yep. I bet we can. And that's why 100% in... Lassie sent it on Discord. My Discord username is just JMMidday, the exact same as my like official channel tag. No, sorry, name, not the way that my channel is named for whatchma. Sorry, words are kind of failing me here. So Lassie has me on Discord, so sent over the recipe there. Because you can't send links in the YouTube chat. So last time, we had, on my notepad, my secret notepad of everything that I need to remember after the stream ends, I did add that I was going to re-look at the chat moderation settings. Of course it's not Plinko, come on. Get with the rest, get with the times. That's not even cool anymore. It's 6-7, obviously. But, oh. Yeah, there we go, 100%. Because those vaults seem to always be about 5%. Look at that. And we still have chests, like we have several chests over here. A couple more oculi. And I'm already at 100%. I kind of like that Genshin's forgiving about the tiny little bits. Because I feel satisfied when it reaches the gold. And at the same time, I don't need to think, like, there's nothing in the back of my mind being like, you're missing something. It's enough. It's enough. Is the Zhongli weapon good for ineffa? I don't know, actually. Just gonna quickly clear out this achievement here. It's passable? Hold on a second. I can look at it more directly because I actually have... As I said, I play 3 accounts. It's all just the same ones. Oh my gosh, Rem, you showed up right as I'm about to finish for the day. Ugh. So this is my main account on the America server. That was on EU, so this is my main on the America server. I was trying to get a Luca, but I might have to just give up and hope that I can get my hands on scoring hits on opponents increases attack by 4% for 8 seconds. While protected by a shield, this attack increase effect is increased by 100%. You know, it sounds pretty darn good for her. I guess my question would then have to be, is the Prospector's Shovel better? It might be. Because it's still the 2 attack stats. And it does extra damage for the Ascendant Lunar Charge, and I'm going to be using her with Flynn's, so obviously I'll have that. Doesn't even look good, though. Don't ask why I have it. I didn't want it. Don't ask a lot about what's going on here with the weapons. I'm not being very careful with my resources on this account because I've been playing for so long, like everybody is level 90 because I had nothing better to do. Yes, the factory must grow, but unfortunately not right now because I'm feeling pretty hungry and I should probably get to prepping food for the rest of the week. But I'm gonna leave her on Prospector's Shovel. Yeah, no, my I liked leveling up characters because I was just having fun fighting the bosses, and there doesn't really feel like there's a lot of incentive to fight the bosses after you've got all your characters leveled, which again is another reason why I've got all my alt accounts. But yeah, this is I started this count pretty early on, so this is where I'm saying like I got Klee. I didn't really need it. Yeah, it is noon. It is midday, so it is about time for me to go. But, yeah. My main account. dust off the shoulder. Alright, that is going to be it for today, though. So thank you so much for joining me for the exploration. Stretch. And helping me out when I was being dumb on the puzzles. I appreciate it. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Yep, yep, yep. Let my mouse go.